This is Faye with Sweet Sisters Prints, and today I'm going to make a card, and I'm using my Fairy Winterland ephemera book that is available for purchase on Amazon or in our Sweet Sisters Prints Etsy store. So I'm starting with a piece of watercolor paper that I cut and then rounded the corners, and I use this Fisker's corner rounder. And then I fussy cut out a few little things. I fussy cut out this adorable little fairy, winter fairy, from my book. I'm going to drop things here. And one of the flowers that is in the book. And then I cut out this beautiful background, but I'm only going to use part of it. I did draw a line around it with a pencil, so I know where to cut. And then this word, this little banner, it says "Sparkle like a snowflake, dream like a fairy." In this book, there are two pages that have little winter kind of fairy themed sayings. Now, I'm going to use some things that I use when I'm making my cards. I've got some 3D little squares, foam squares. I got these at Dollar Tree. I always use the Fabri-Tac. It's only amazing. If you haven't tried it, it's by Beacon. You can get it anywhere. You can get it at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. You can get it online. I think they have it at Walmart. It's the best glue ever. The reason it's good, it is an oil-based glue, so it doesn't get your project wet, so it doesn't warp anything. So that's why that's wonderful, and it's permanent. And I have actually used this. I also make mixed media patches for jeans and things, and not everyone sews. So I recommend this if you're going to get a patch and put it on something and you're not someone who's excuse me, who sews. Fabri-Tac, you can actually put it on. It's a permanent fabric adhesive and it is washable. So that's just good to know. I'm going to use some sparkles, probably things I got at Walmart or one of the hobby stores. I may use some of the glitter glue. I'm not sure yet. I also love to use, and again, I'm not sure how this project is going to go. We'll see. This is by Derwent. It's watercolor pencils that I adore, and I'll show you how to use those if I use them. And then a water brush. The little tube holds water, and then the brush, you can squeeze it out, and it works great with the watercolor pencils. And so I'm going to just kind of dive right in here. The background, this is one of the backgrounds in the Fairy Winterland ephemera book. And I love using these images, and I know sometimes it's hard to start cutting something up when you spend good money for it, but that's what the point is of these books. And again, this is also available as a download in our Etsy store. It's called, my sister Kay and I, it's Sweet Sisters Prints, and it's available on Etsy. What's nice about the download is that you can download the entire, I'll save that because there's pretty stuff there I could use. You can download the entire book, but you only have to print the pages that you want as you need them. So it's not like you have to print out all of the pages and use up all your ink all at once. You can just use what you need. Let me see, I'm going to set this on here so I can cut out what I really need here. I use watercolor paper. I use cardboard. From, when you get a notepad and the back of the pad has the support cardboard, I use that. I also use boxes, food boxes. I have cracker boxes and nose tissue boxes and pink box donut boxes, and you name it, that's what I use. You don't always have to spend a lot of money to do these projects. This just happens to be a watercolor sheet. I also do, I'm an artist. As far as painting, I paint pictures and a lot of different things. So I have a lot of supplies, and So that's going to be the background. Oh, I love that. I think that's so pretty. So I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac glue to put that on there. Again, my favorite glue. Permanent glue. It does dry really quickly, but you have a few seconds of work time. But that's about it, just a few seconds. So I wouldn't spend a lot of time trying to maneuver this. You want to put it down pretty quickly. So sometimes if you set them up like that, and then carefully, and of course I already messed it up, there. Okay, so there is the background. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I'm also going to use some Ranger archival ink. This one is coffee, and let me see, I don't think I have my, I'm gonna just use the actual ink pad to ink the edges. Somewhere I have my little foam. What did I do with them? I lost my little foam applicators. But there's that. And then this is one of the little fairy, winter fairies in the book. Isn't she adorable? I just love her. She's got the cutest little face. So let's see. Where do I want her? I also have some snowballs. These are in the book. There are so many wonderful little winter images in the book that make this so much fun. There are fairies sledding and building snowmen, and there's some baking cookies and drinking cocoa, and it's just so much fun. And I've got some winter flowers and the sayings and scenes, and let's see. All right, there are snowballs. And then sparkle. This one says, sparkle like a snowflake, dream like a fairy. And that could go there. I was thinking about putting a little bird in this one. Let me see. Get to that page. Yeah, let me see. Maybe I want a bird. Let me get my other scissors so I can get to it more quickly. I think I want this bird. I know it's scary when you get one of these books, because the books intact are so absolutely gorgeous. They're amazing. They're just so beautiful. Amazon does a wonderful job printing these. The quality is good. The paper quality is good. The weight, the ink, the way they print. I do have to say that I really appreciate how beautiful Amazon prints these. And when you download and print it yourself, they are also beautiful. But, you know, then there may be some variations in color, of course, because, you know, you're printing with your ink and your printer. And so there may be some variations when you buy the book from Amazon. The quality is always the same. They're just gorgeous. And they, excuse me, they're actually priced very reasonably. They're just under $20 for the book. And there's so many images. There's hundreds of images, fairies, and just, I don't know. I just love them. And I have some other books. I have a Gothic Circus. That's beautiful. I also recently listed Garden Fairies, and let me see, the other one is Fairy Fall. This one is the Winterland, but there's the Fairy Fall is now available too. And I just ordered my author copies, so I will be doing probably doing another card with the two new books that are coming too. Now see, when I fussy cut something like this where it's really tiny little spaces in between, I don't always go right into those. I just kind of go around the edges, and then I will probably use my distress ink to kind of discolor those edges and shabby them up, and it just adds so much to it. One more little snippet right there. All right, now I wish I knew where my, let me see, where my little sponges were, but oh well, you just do what you gotta do. So you can just kind of shabby up those edges a little bit. And I will do the same thing on her. Just shabby up her edges a little bit. And not every edge needs it. Just kind of go around. Just make some of those white edges not quite so bright. Oh, that's enough. Okay, I'll cover that up. Not too long ago, I was using my Distress ink. It was the Stays On. And I got up to do something and didn't come back for a long time. By the time I got back, I had completely destroyed my ink, or my ink pad. It totally dried out. My own fault. You know, sometimes you just do stupid stuff, and that was one of those times. So now I'm going to use some of these little Dollar Tree 3D foam squares, because I want her to be raised up a bit. I want it to be more of a 3D card. And have you ever noticed that some of the Dollar Trees have a lot of craft items and some of the Dollar Trees have very little? And I was told that the store managers are actually the ones who get to order. And I don't know if that's true. Somebody told me that. But it makes sense, because I go to some stores and they will have more stuff than I've ever seen, and then other stores you go in and there's 2 or 3 little craft things. Well, luckily, a new Dollar Tree opened up in my town, and apparently the manager likes crafts, because there is a lot of craft supplies. Let me see. They have, you know, all the paper crafting items. They've got the wood pieces that you can decorate. They have glitter, sewing items, yarn, so much stuff. I was really excited when they opened, because I love their inexpensive craft items. I'm going to get these little tags off. Sorry, this part's probably boring, but it's got to be done. And then I will stick her on in the perfect spot, of course. Let's see. Kind of sniffing a little today. It's really windy out. Today happens to be the 4th of July, so happy 4th of July. If you see this in December, that won't make sense anymore, but oh well. So just having a quiet day at home. And all right, so I think I got all of those. So let me see. I want her to be off center a little bit. So put that there. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. I love it so much. All right, so I didn't need this one, so I can pull that one back off. And this one I'm not going to worry about. I can tuck it in. There. So there she is. Isn't she cute? Now I want to put some snowballs at her feet. Maybe I'll use a couple more of these little 3D stickers. Tuck this one up underneath the edge of her boot so it looks like it's kind of behind her. Isn't she cute? She's getting beautiful. All right, now the background actually has, I think you can still see some of these little flowers. So I'm going to put, let's see, I'm going to put the bird up here. So maybe I'll put the flower down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of these stickers, again, the 3D stickers, but I am going to mount them higher. I don't know if have you ever tried this? You can double them up so they're higher. It will raise your work to the next, like the next height, so it becomes more forward in your artwork. So I'm going to take some more of these and put that one there and that one there. That one. I have recently gone to new stores called Yin's Bins. It's part of macbid.com. I think that's what it's called. And Yin's Bins is a bin shopping area where you can find a lot of items, and when they come out on Saturday, it's all new stuff. It looks like let me think. It looks like Amazon returns, maybe other returns, other company returns. Let's see, I'm going to put this right there. And see, now because I did 2 layers of stickers, it's now in front of her. So anyway, the reason I'm going there with this is on Saturday items, everything is $12. On Sunday it's $7, Monday 5, 4, 3, 2. On Friday everything is 50 cents. So I went there one day with my sister, and there are boxes, and you can dig through the boxes, you can open them up, they don't care. And it's just based on item. I found a box, it was a little fairly thin box, and I opened it up, and there were scissors. There were 3 pairs of scissors in this box, and because the box counts as one item, I got 3 pairs of scissors for, I think it was $3 because it was a Wednesday. Now, if it had still been there on a Friday and I had gone in, three scissors would have been 50 cents. So I'm just giving y'all a tip. You can find craft items, sewing items, because they have a little bit of everything there. It's, they even have food. I don't know that I would buy food there, but they have a little bit of everything. Clothing. They've got clothing, shoes, but it's just in huge bins, and you just have to dig. And I would recommend bringing scissors or a box cutter or something so you can get into some of the boxes, because they're sealed. So there she is. Isn't she cute? I love her. Now we're going to make her sparkle like a snowflake. So this is going to go on top, but I do need to, let me see. I need to distress the edges of this too. Next time I do a video, I'm going to make sure I have my little sponges with me. I can't believe I can't find them, but I'm not going to get up and go look for them now. There, that'll work. So, yes, so I'm going to put that on here. I think 3 will do it because it's going to go across her, not down to the card. And pick these little squares off, and then this will go right there. She does sparkle like a snowflake. Isn't she cute? Doesn't she look like a snowflake? I mean, she's so cute. Okay, so now, let me see. I think I'm going to put, I have these, they're little rhinestones, little plastic rhinestones, and they're adhesive. I don't know where I got these. Probably Hobby Lobby, maybe Walmart. I don't know, but I'm sure you all have seen them. So I'm going to put some sparkles on this. Let me see. That's perfect there. And I'm going to put a little one down here on this little snowflake. And then I have these. I know where I got this. This was at Hobby Lobby. I got these at Hobby Lobby. And these ones you do have to glue on, but they were all these pretty pastel colors, and I think this blue one would be pretty. Let me see, where do I want it? Do I want it down by her feet? No, maybe up here, just as an accent. Doesn't have to make a lot of sense, it's just sparkle. And sparkle is always a good thing. I have a friend who, somebody asked her what her favorite color was, and she said iridescent. I thought that was wonderful. Okay, let me get some of the fabric. Again, the Fabri-Tac amazing glue. I'm just going to let that drop right there. Just adding more sparkle. All right, there's that. Now I do want to add some glitter glue. Let's see. This is, just so I can show you, this one is a 12-pack by Bright Creations glitter glue. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby. Maybe Joann's, but we all know Joann's isn't there anymore. So this one, maybe. I think I'm going to put some glitter on her wings, make her wings. The only thing about this is it is wet, so it's going to warp the paper just a little bit while it dries. Just a little bit of glitter on her wings. And then maybe some over here. And my fingers always get very messy when I'm doing this because I touch everything. Oh, there. Okay, I like that. So I hope you like this. I hope you enjoyed my kind of scattered way of doing things. And this will dry. I'll just kind of touch it and make sure it dries straight. You get it closer. Isn't that adorable? So this I made, everything came out of the Fairy Winterland book, available on Amazon, and it's also available as a download on Etsy at Sweet Sisters Prints. And everything you see here except the glue, the glitter glue, the piece of cardboard I started with, and these little bits of sparkle, the little, plastic rhinestones. Everything but those little things is part of the book. So if you like it, go ahead and check it out. And I thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.